Welcome back.
Welcome back
to another episode of Who's the Bitch?
And who is the bitch in your life?
Who do you
is it
think
you?
it is?
Is it somebody that's is it a
you.
muffler man?
Probably definitely your mom.
Oh God.
We are here.
Not my mother though, Linda. We love
Not
you here.
I'm not going to talk to my mom. She doesn't know what YouTube is. So we're here with our drinks midday, and it reminded me of this TikTok I saw. By the way, I'm Kara Kling.
Hi, I'm Jackie Zabrowski.
I saw this TikTok that was like, my friend sent it to me, that was like Gen Z's not drinking. And they're like, and the girl making the TikTok was like, do you guys need the millennials to tap back in? Do you need us now?
Do you need us? Yeah, we'll shine.
We really love drinking.
It is, it's sad to me because I know that the youth don't have the same kind of joie de vivre for making jokes about like, it's wine time. But I love still. I have this sweatshirt that I got, I think at this point, 20 plus years ago, and it's bedazzled and it says wines constantly on it, but it's WINES. And I still think that's a hilarious bedazzled sweatshirt. I don't drink really anymore. And yet still, I'm like, yeah, wines constantly. But I don't think the youth find that funny.
No,
I think they think it's sad.
But let me ask you something. If you think back to all the nights in our 20s and 30s that we were getting wasted, you never really worried that anyone was going to take a video of you. You never really worried there was going to be any evidence of it.
You're right.
You were like, tonight's tonight, and we're living for the night.
Yes.
And I wonder if some of these kids now
tonight,
are not
like
only
the break of dawn come tomorrow.
I feel like not only are they on their phones and stuff, but they're also probably like, oh, why would I drink some weird poison that's going to make me act like an idiot and ruin my life on the internet?
Yeah.
When I say or do something stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
which I get.
I understand, but at the same time, it's sad that like my niece, I was talking about how much I love hot dogs. And for those that have listened to Page 7 for a long time, I am the hot dog ambassador of the Southwest region of the United States. And that is a forever title. So, and believe me, the head of NAMI, the North American Meat Institute, did say condiments run in my veins, and that the title will never be taken from me. But here's the thing: I was trying to.
I didn't know I was in front of royalty.
Oh my
right
God!
now.
Did I never? I never
have
told
no
you
idea
about
that
this?
you're an actual hot dog ambassador.
Oh yeah, I vied for this position, and I got this position, but it's only of the Southwest region of the United States. And I was trying
Southwest. Now, why did you get Southwest? That's literally like New Mexico. Oh, that's where we live.
Hey, yeah, it's me.
Oh my God! I was
That's
like,
us,
I was
babe.
thinking
We're not in New York,
I
Kara.
was thinking of like where you're from, and no, I was thinking of Florida, and I was like, but that's Southeast. Sorry, I forgot
it's okay.
we live technically in the Southwest. I never think of that.
No,
I'm like, I live in Southern California. I don't live in the Southwest.
No.
Southwest to me is like chunky turquoise jewelry and like, you know.
Oh, I mean, it's around. You know,
We're
you can
here.
definitely get
We're
it.
here.
Oh
yeah, we're in the Southwest. Okay, so go on. How'd you get it?
But then it was something that I worked for, and I made a whole campaign. I've got the the different kind of the medals that I was awarded, and I was stunting obviously to my 20-year-old niece about this because she didn't know this aspect of me, and the only thing she said was, "Aren't hot dogs carcinogenic?" And I was like, come on. And she's like, yeah, you really shouldn't be eating any of that. Don't you realize what all, and I'm like, I know it's bad.
Reminds me of,
I know it's carcinogenic.
My other co-host has a niece, and she told the story about watching Devil Wears Prada with her. And she was like, sort of feels like this guy is like being kind of creepy and like forcing Andy to like do something. And she's like, it's Paris Fashion Week. Shut up.
That's how it goes. All right. That's part of the business of it.
It's really great. Yeah, it's so funny. But I'm glad this new generation speaks up for themselves, knows everything.
I want them to know so much more about it. But also there is a small part of me that's like, do you ever smile? Like, do you ever I'm like, part of me wants to be like, you should go out and make a couple of mistakes. You know, have you ever done a line of something that you didn't know what it was?
Wow.
Not that we should, and always test before you put anything inside your body. But it's just, I feel like there were just so many years of my getting to know myself life that literally somebody would put a pill in my hand. I'd go, whoop, and I'd take it down, and then 20 minutes later, be like, what did I take?
Yeah.
And there is that kind of, but at the same time, I remember my sister used to be like, yeah, but also I didn't have a cell phone when I was a teenager. So I can't imagine what you went through.
No, I didn't have a cell phone until my senior year of college, and we left them in our dorms.
Whoa.
We left them in our dorms because it was
Why?
like dorky to walk around with a cell phone. There was one guy we called cell phone guy because he would walk around on campus with
Oh
a
my
cell
God,
phone.
especially with the Bluetooth people. We're like, oh, the Bluetooth guy
Yeah, like
too. With
this guy just had a flip phone, and we were like, whoa, cell phone guy. Like, we did not bring them anywhere. We would go out, and I'm a few years older than you, but not like crazy.
No.
And like, we would go out, and it would be like, we lost Jackie. I guess we'll find out tomorrow what happened
Where
to
she
Jackie.
went. Yeah.
There was no texting. There was no calling. There was no checking somebody's like Snapchat or whatever to see what they're up to.
God, it was so
just
easy to
were
get
like,
away with stuff.
Wow. And that's why that's why if you wonder why millennials care about brunch, we cared about brunch because that was the full fucking debrief.
It was the only way to find out if all of your
What
friends were
happened to
still
you?
alive.
I
Yes,
remember
it is the
seeing you
only
at
way.
this point, but then where did you go? And it's like, and then I don't know where I ended up. Like, I mean, it was like fucking brunch was like the best episode of a TV show you could ever watch.
I lived
and now
for
you're like,
brunch.
well, I know exactly where you were. I literally have you on Find My Friends. I tracked your every movement.
Exactly. And so there's no, and it all goes
No
back
mystery.
to not being able to have a secret family anymore. It always
hard.
comes back to
Too
that.
hard.
You know, we just live, we're always being perceived.
In fact, if you know somebody with a secret family right now, I'd say that's a smart guy. I don't know how they're doing it.
Somebody's getting away. I feel the same way about people that get away with cheating for a long time. Not that I want to celebrate them, you know, here on Who's the Bitch Surprise. I'm not here to celebrate those people, but I've always, like, I've cheated with someone before, but I've never cheated on someone before because I knew in my bones I cannot get away with anything. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm loud. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Are you a bad
everything
liar?
I do. I am such
Jared's
a bad liar.
terrible liar.
I'm such a bad, unless it has to do with like making somebody feel better. Like I can do like
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
lying. Like I
like
can
white-
definitely
like white lies.
the white lies and be, you know, like you look great. Like I'm really great at hyping up other people. That I can do in spades. But just the regular of like trying to, you know, watching the traders. I'm not cut out for the traders. I would not be able to be a trader. I would not be. And I said this
I
to
think
Jeff.
I could do it.
See, this is the thing.
I'm a
and
good liar.
See, this is
I'm a
this is
good liar.
to know.
I'm a good liar. Jared and I were just talking about this the other day that we think Rosie got his lying ability because she's so bad at it. It could be
Oh,
just because she's
no.
6
Maybe
and she
she's
hasn't
6.
learned. But she always goes, Mom, I'm telling the truth. Mom.
Oh, just like
I'm
open
serious.
eyes.
Eyes are
Mom.
huge and moving around. I'm like, baby, I love you so much and I know when you're lying.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Oscar's sitting there spinning me a yarn that's so long, and I go, is that true? And he goes, mm-hmm. And I go, should I ask your teacher about it? And he goes, just kidding.
Oh my God.
So I can't tell with him.
cute.
I think he might be my dangerous liar.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, you know, somebody's got to be a mommy's boy, and I believe that's our Oscar.
Yeah. And I go, dude, you got to tell me the truth. He goes, why? He goes, I don't like telling the truth. Lying is fun. I was like, okay.
Well, also, I imagine he's gonna become the entertainer, no matter what you think, and you know he's gonna become one, baby. Because I mean, I will throw it out there. Oski's got such he's
hilarious.
I love him. He is loud and proud, and I love that. He is so you never have to worry if Oscar has any confidence, and I love that. Honestly, with both of your children, and they both exude confidence in such differing ways because Rosie is so sure of herself in so many other ways, but then Oscar is such a like, hello.
He'll just go talk to a stranger for 10 minutes at the playground. Every time we go, he'd rather talk to an adult stranger than like maybe befriend a bunch of kids.
He's the best. It was so funny. I know that we've talked about this on this show, but I just remember our friend Sonia, who is covered completely in tattoos, and he just went over to her and started like brushing
He was just
her
kind of like,
skin and just
"Whoa,
like,
this is like art," and he was
wow.
so into
But he
it.
just couldn't like stop touching it and like, but not.
She
in
said
a-
it was okay. She said it was okay.
yeah,
There was
oh, yeah,
consent.
yeah, it was. He's 3. He was
At the
3
time,
at the
he was
time.
3.
Yeah, it's fine. It wasn't. Yeah, and he's gonna grow up to be a grabbist, and we all know it's true. But he's gonna be a fun lying grabbist, like a lot of the other ones that are out there. No, I'm not saying that your 3-year-old at the
No.
time was grabbing on a woman, but honestly, she's a good-looking woman, so I would get the impetus. Yeah, I victim blamed her. right here on Who's the Bitch. But, there are other things that I know that we need to be talking about, and I would love to sprinkle just because I know specifically, Kara, you've got Italian inside baseball. And I say this because you lived in Italy for a while.
Yes, and I am Italian partially.
Yes. And while I'm a Queen's Italian, which has nothing to do with what I'm asking. Harry Styles, all right? For those that are, this is for our unsolicited advice. Harry Styles, moved to Italy when he was 30. This is a couple years ago, 4 years ago at this point, like during the pandemic.
I didn't know that.
He moved to Italy, and now that he's back on the PR circuit, because he hasn't really been on the PR circuit since the end of his big tour in like 2023, and he's coming out with a new album, so he's back on the PR circuit. And he was just saying, he's like, it's been so nice moving to Italy. You forget the rat race of America, you forget how it's go, go, go. And now I can like sit and just drink a coffee. And like there had never been a point in my life that I was just like encouraged by a society to go sit and have a cup of coffee and to go sit with to sit with yourself. And he was saying this and also talking openly about just about love, really enjoy, and not in a disparaging way against America, even though I think we'd all get it. But he was not disparaging against that. But he wasn't even throwing barbs. And the internet was just like, how dare you and your privilege for saying, it must
I'm
be
so
nice
tired of
that
this
you can just
news
go
cycle.
and have a cup of coffee. Isn't that so nice for you? Here's the thing. You could be upset that Harry Styles is a multimillionaire and that you're not, and that you're never going to be Harry Styles. You're going to hold that in your cap for a feather time. I guess you do you.
So people are saying this is like insulting to Italian people or Italian culture?
So the top of the headline is, this is so disrespectful to the Italian people. Harry Styles is being called out for his privileged comments about embracing a slow life in Italy. And while, don't get me wrong, sure, there is the air of a privilege because he is a white man in 2026, and even though it's like he is still a queer white man, there's still other, it's like he still is like his own person and doing his own thing, and while just the act of living is difficult in 2026, I just feel like it was such a glom on of people that were all so angry right now. And I think anything we can find where it's like with the files and everything, we're all going through all this stuff and we're finding out so much more information. And then it's like, we just need to I need to put the poison somewhere. And I just feel
like on a guy who's just kind of saying a fact. I mean, it's just like, it's really crazy that you can't be like, oh man, I just like love these sneakers. They're so comfortable. It's like so ableist. I can't believe you would say that these are not, I mean, not even that. People are saying ableist shit all the time.
Yes.
Probably myself included. But like, because, they're, I don't have any. I mean, I'm not trying to be.
We don't need to be. No, it's just, but like, society is not structured to be able to protect.
Yeah, but I just feel like anything you say about anything, it's like you could be like, oh, they have better nail salons in this place. Like, how dare you disparage the nail salons of this place? It's just like crazy. Like, I don't know. Listen. My opinion on this is it's absolutely a slower pace of life. It absolutely is. I'm sorry. I lived in Rome. Rome is probably the most fast-paced place in Italy.
Well, this is part of it. Is part of it is that he lives in Rome and he's talking about it's all Roma. Now I'm in Roma, and people are like, if you knew anything about Italy, you would know that Rome is also fast-paced. It's like,
it's fast-paced for them.
For them.
Like, let me just say, look at a picture of the New York subway map, and then this is what Rome's subway map looks like. There's two lines that they basically can't dig anymore. Maybe they've made a new line. I haven't been there in a few years, but maybe they've made a new line, but if that, it's a third line. Because it's like, there's two lines in an X because they can't dig that much more underneath because there's like ruins. Okay? So that's one thing. It's like, there's buses everywhere. There's public transportation. It's not... When I lived there, it was honor system to get on the bus. There wasn't like everybody line up and swipe your card and do your thing. Like, I mean, New York is such a more fast-paced place. Chicago's probably more fast. I mean, there's a lot of more fast-paced places in the city. When I lived in Rome, shops shut down from 1 to 4, 1 to 3 for like lunch. I taught English to people on their lunch breaks in the United States. A lot of people don't take a lunch break, or they certainly don't have a lunch break long enough to eat food and
take
an English lesson.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I had friends that were like, oh, I'm on vacation. I take like 3 vacations a year because I get 6 paid weeks of vacation time. They have a better society.
It's better than here, guys.
It's not saying that Rome is not fast paced. It is way slower paced than what's going on because our pace is breakneck to a fault here.
Yeah, and
it's
never stop.
Good.
Never stop. It's about.
I mean, I love New York. I love the go of New York. A lot of people, like my husband, live there for a while and are like, good times, but this is too much for me. I would totally move back there in a heartbeat. That's the way I am. Oh yeah. With my kids. Yeah.
Really? Without the car culture?
With the right resources.
Okay, that's the
right
thing.
Resources.
That's the thing. It's the beautiful part. You can go live that life if you've got the money. Go do it.
Yeah. People are doing like a coffee meeting in the United States, whereas people they don't have drive-through in Rome. You sit and you drink your coffee, or you take a little to-go cup and you walk down the street with it, but you're not like in your car. It's just a totally different way of life. You sit and you sip your coffee and you drink and you sit and think. You leave a coin on the table. It is a slower piece of life. I can't believe anybody is arguing that. It doesn't mean that it's a podunk town with one traffic light and a cow.
Right. And I had to genuinely read his comments multiple times to be like, is this disparaging at all? Because I was like, because, I'm here to be like,
people are the bitch.
Maybe this is a much bigger issue. And then I just read it a couple times. I was like, he's not saying anything crazy. This is really like, but also everything blows up with PR, and he's in the PR machine right now. So who knows? Maybe we wouldn't have heard anything about this. I mean, he's been in Italy for a while, and you're just learning about this, I don't
even know.
People were talking because he was like he happened to be in the crowd when they were choosing the new pope. Like he's also like
I lived right by the Vatican.
And see, you could have seen him.
I could have been there at the right time.
Cafecito right in front of you.
We did not overlap by many, many years. I lived there so long ago, but
I just wanted to throw that out there. I feel like, leave him alone.
It's really like enough, isn't
it? Leave him alone. It's fine.
Anyway, poor Harry. Am I going to hear watermelon sugar type songs over and over again? Remember when that was just like, it was one of the first songs I just heard on TikTok so much over and over again.
He's got better songs. There is better music than that. But even, I'm going to throw it out there. The single that he just dropped, like the first one, he's a very good musician.
Oh, you love it?
No, it's a little snooze.
Oh, it's a snooze.
It's a little snoozy. But it's also at the same time, I'm old. The youngs want a vibe.
Yeah.
The youngs are coming for a vibe.
They want his folklore.
They're looking for the vibe.
Snooze.
And you know what? Go bless it. Have the vibe. I give vibes to you.
Yes. God bless. All right. Let's get going, right? Should we do our solicited advice?
Let's get in
listen.
there.
Our first submission is a voicemail.
Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, cuties. Oh my goodness. Okay, jump right in. So the situation couldn't be smaller, and I definitely know that I'm a bitch, but let's jump right in. Okay, so my sweet man and I have been seeing each other for a year, and it's so small we actually have almost no problem except for I have a hard time sleeping, right? I've always been a very anxious person, a lot of anxious sleep, So he knows this, and we sleep very well around each other. It's when we're waking up in the morning. He will take his little foot and he'll rub it on my foot, and it makes me want to scream. You gotta be sweeter, and I know that it's like if you take your foot and you rub it on your other foot.
Okay.
But he does that to my foot. So as soon as I'll say all right, leave me alone, he'll do it a little harder, and it's cute and it makes me laugh, and I just break the tension. But there are times in the morning he wakes me up with it, and I want to strangle him, but I also want him to be, anyway. So my question is, am I the bitch? Also, what do I say to be like, this is a no foot zone. Please leave me alone until we've both spoken a word to each other. And also, I guess, this is a question about all things, that little ticks that your partner does that make you crazy, but you love them. So I'm a hard person to, I don't know, do I get over that and just I'm not going to break up with him because of this or anything, but for the love of God, I need to sleep. Okay, what do you think? Have a lovely day, and I love you guys.
Okay, I love this so much.
I love this
I picked this specifically because I have had this issue with Jared a lot of times.
Really?
Where he will wake me up for something and it makes me furious.
But
I
not
hate
just
to be
for
woken
sex.
up.
Like just to wake you up.
No, it's like to ask me something or tell me something or like, yeah, just sort of like putting his arm around me and I'm like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, stop. Like if we're both like kind of awake and he sees me using my phone or whatever, then of course, like I'm awake.
Yeah.
But I am especially like, I don't have a hard time sleeping like this person, but I can understand that you have a hard time sleeping. And so every minute of sleep is like precious to you. And I snap and get really mad and he will be like, you're so mean to me when I wake you up. And I've been like, yes, but you know that I hate that.
Yes.
You know that I hate being woken up for like trivial or stupid shit.
Because you're like, fine with being woken up if he's just waking you up.
My kids will open the door to their room and I'm awake. I can hear it. Like I'm light. It's light, you know?
But that's also a part of it too. As someone, I'm also a light sleeper. So I completely understand that it's like, don't fuck with me because then I'm gonna be up. Like no matter like my husband also absolute dead to the world sleeper. Like there could be a jackhammer in the room and he would not move. And I love that for him. Like but he would the opposite of me.
He would get in the shower. The pre-kids, he'd get in the shower and leave his phone there so his alarm would go off and I'd be there. And like I didn't have anything to do, so I'd be sleeping.
Oh my God.
Pre-kids, you know, or just him leaving his ringer on and getting texts in the night. And I'm like, now that woke me up or whatever. And I don't take it well. I'll just be like, oh, you know, and he's like, you get so mad. And I'm like, okay, I guess what you're not understanding is like, sleep is important to me. I want to be asleep. Like, I don't need you to wake me up for something stupid or whatever.
Yes.
So I think that that's just what you have to do with your little sweetheart. It seems like you love him.
Yes, but also you don't want the ick to get bigger. And, you know, you guys have been together for a year. And I feel like right now, which I love where you're at. And I love that you're asking the question now because you're like, and it is cute. Like, and I do love it. And like, it's not, you know.
It's not, though. It's selfish. He's putting his foot on you because he knows you're asleep and he wants you to be awake.
And he wants you to be awake.
Because he wants to either fuck or talk or have you do something. I don't know what he does, but he does not respect that you are asleep. He wants you to wake up. That's why he's putting his foot on you.
This is what the conversation needs to be, though. I feel like it's not even necessarily about the foot on the foot because I feel like I wonder for the person that called in that you're just like, well, I don't want to be like, don't put your foot on my foot because then it does feel like you're being a younger sister, even though you don't like it. And I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying I understand where that thought would come from. But this is about your sleep.
Yeah.
And that is very important. It's also a part of your sex life as well. And this is about, as well, being approached and how you like to be approached for sex as well, I would assume, because it seems like you said, like when you say not to do it, he'll like do it even more to like get you, or that sometimes he's waking you up to like get you in the mood. And I do wonder if he knows that that's not gonna do it.
I think he thinks probably at this point that this is a cute little joke between you two.
But that's why it needs to be.
And you need to be clear.
It needs to be clear.
Hey, I don't mind when you do the foot thing, but after we've woken up and spoken to each other, you gotta stop doing it when I'm in a dead sleep. It's making me a little crazy.
It's making me
love you so much. Love playing footsie under the covers.
Yes, but
when I'm awake.
Do it before you get to a point that you're like, if he touches me one more time, because you do sometimes when you're exhausted and someone's doing, and then you're going to snap because you don't want it. And then he's going to think it came out of nowhere because he didn't bring it up again.
It's been a little thing for years.
Like, I didn't know. Like you said, you don't like it. And then like, I do it more. And like, that's our thing. And I feel like then that's when it's the idea of like, oh, she blew up at me and I had even no idea. Talk to him now. Before, because you also, it's like, I don't want to be annoyed by you right when I wake up. So, and forgive me if I've brought this up before, but it's like, Jeff used to be horrendous to wake up. Horrible. All of his roommates knew. You don't go anywhere near Jeff. You have to like slowly, you have to do all these things to get him or else he's a nightmare. And then it's just, no. no, we're going to figure this out because you're a human being and we're going to figure this out. And I realize, oh, you're annoyed because of how I'm waking you up. Because I wake up and I'm 200 miles an hour. And so I'm like, ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, and he's not.
Yeah.
And so I needed to also meet him halfway of like, okay, I'm not going to come at you at the gate, but also you ain't going to talk to me like that. And we haven't, and it has not been an issue for years.
Yeah.
And all of his friends were like, how did you break him of it? It's like, I talked to him about it.
Yeah.
We discussed it. And I know I can still piss him off if I'm being a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm being a lot.
Right.
Me? Stuck on a bit? I know. Terrifying. I don't want this to get away from you, caller. I feel like it's just such a slippery slope of and now I'm just sleeping on the couch because I don't even want to deal with it. You know?
But it's a cute. I mean, I get you're like he's
It's
so
still
cute and
It's
it's
still so
sweet,
cute.
and
It's
you
still so
guys are
cute.
obviously you're still like in love because I
In the
think you said it's
honeymoon,
just been a
it's
year.
been a year, yes.
But like nip these little things in the bud now because it's like I don't know if you guys live together already or this is just when sleepovers are happening. But like if you guys move on and you're sleeping, you
need to
sharing
sleep.
it, you need to just be like. I barely get to sleep, honey. You know it takes me hours to fall asleep, that I'm up in the night. Like if I'm awake in the morning, you got to leave me be until I wake up naturally. And then your foot is fair game. Unless what you're telling us here is that it's the foot altogether. But I don't think it's the foot altogether. I think it's the sleep
I
part.
feel like it's the sleep part because, and also, and not that I have children, but I would assume, Kara, that if this is a couple that was someday thinking of having children, you got to lock down being able to talk about this stuff now.
Yeah.
And you got to, and it's not even about children. I guess I say children just because it's so
That's when the sleep goes
exhausting,
away,
and that's when
yeah.
the sleep goes away, and that's when but it's part of the reason why I'm being kept by my own brain from having children is because I am really bitchy when I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be bitchy all the time.
I think you're not a bitch.
But I'm being
I don't
a Seth
think
Rogen right now.
any person is a bitch for telling their partner what their little bugaboos are. That's like what it is. I think at the beginning, especially women are like, I don't want to seem like I'm so annoying and I have all these like requirements. It's like, no.
No, it's annoying to not bring it up.
To not because you're eventually going to blow your fucking top and go get your fucking foot away from me. I'm so tired. I slept for an hour last night.
Yep. And then you're going to snap.
And you're going to snap. So let's nip it in the bud now while you guys are being cute and sweet and lovey.
Yes, and
Let's love each other.
Don't come at it defensively. Just come at it in a,
like
do
that.
the cutesy.
Okay, but
Become
thank you
Greta
for
Gremlin.
sharing this. I love this little cute
perfect.
footsie. I named the file Footsie Drama. Okay. Our next submission, an email. Hello, wonderful ladies. I've been feeling my feminist bitch lately, and I wanted to call people out, but I would love your opinion.
Okay.
I have been in a hetero cis marriage with my husband for about 5 years now. During the marriage process, I very intentionally chose to take my husband's last name. There were many reasons for the decision: trauma during my military service, at the same time finding out my paternal grandfather was partaking in actions equivalent to someone on the Epstein list.
Oh my God.
But most importantly, I wanted a cool Italian last name.
I get it.
Brava.
I get it.
So I have always been a feminist and very independent. I have been the primary breadwinner even in our marriage while my husband was getting his master's. My husband fully respects me, and now we are living our best dink life.
Noise.
Dual income, no children, in case you have not heard that.
Living that dink.
In case you haven't heard that phrase before. Tell me why I get so peeved when my in-laws or my cousins send us a formal invitation addressed to Mr. and Mrs. John Spaghetti. Obviously not the real name, okay? Something about this phrasing causes my blood to boil. It just feels so possessive. It doesn't address the other person's name, more like John and his other. My mother-in-law even did this for our wedding guest book where she signed it Mr. and Mrs. new husband's last name. She had gotten married earlier in the year. It's just sad to me because I want to remember my lovely new mom being at my wedding, not this guy she just happened to marry recently. Even while typing this out, I realized that I bet people would do this even if I kept my maiden name. It just reflects such an old line of thinking and it grosses me out. There are just so many alternatives to address a married couple, like John and Jane Spaghetti, the Spaghetti family, Mr. and Mrs. Spaghetti. Is it too bitchy to call this out, or should I be bitchy and call out the old possessive terms and ideals? Honestly, at the end of the day, I believe people should pick out whatever name suits them the best. Love to hear what you think and wishing you the best. Respectfully, Tia Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
She did sign it Spaghetti, but I love that you did that. That was your cool Italian last name that you got, was Mrs. Spaghetti. I totally get you on this. I did not take my husband's last name. You did not take your husband's last name.
I did not take my husband's last name. Even though, again, my husband last name is Adams, and we would be the Adams family, and we are two goth babies, and I do really want to be the Adams family, and I get it.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. I got to pull up my Christmas card list right now.
The only thing that stopped me was because it was too much of a rigmarole and I didn't want to deal with it. So that's the only thing that stopped me from changing my name, as well as my professional name, but I would keep my professional name. Here's the thing. I get being upset about this. In fact, I thought about it for a long time, and I think about it every year when I write my Christmas cards. I think about it every single year. My holiday cards. There is so... Because I openly, because of this, and I just want you to know, I feel seen, and I want to thank you for writing in about this, because I always openly write both of their names, regardless of, for your family, I put the Clank Logan family. I put the Clank dash Logan family.
I think that's where you and I both are, though, is that I don't use Mr. and Mrs. ever.
Right.
I do.
I'm not assuming anything that you identify as.
I send this to, I'm looking at my Christmas card list right now, and I'm like, do I do Adams first or do I do Zabrowski first? What do I do? Wait.
I guess technically, like in theory, you go, in my brain, alphabetical.
Yeah. For you guys, I put Jackie Zabrowski and Jeff Adams. But I have other people that, even if they don't have kids, you're a family.
Right.
If you don't have kids, you're a family. I do that all the time where I'm like, so-and-so family. I will say, now that I'm looking at this, most couples, if they are child-free, I just put the two people's names. If they're child-free. If we add a kid, I put family.
Really?
And maybe that's old school of me.
But I think that is technically what you're supposed, I think that is technically, like, according to the rules, I believe that is what you're supposed to do. But I understand wanting to go against this behavior and wanting to call it out. The thing is, I feel like if this is something that you want to start calling out and championing, which I get, understand that it's going to be slow going and most people aren't gonna give a fuck. And I only say it that harshly.
Yeah.
Because I am a person that does give a fuck, and I'm aware that most people don't.
But here we are doing the old school thing of sending out holiday cards, which fewer and fewer people do every single year, and we're not using Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
So you're talking about people that not only do this old school shit, they do it with the Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
And even for...
And Mr. and Mrs. John Spaghetti. Like, not even saying, like, Mr., like Miss Jane and John Spaghetti. You know, it's like, and just completely negating the... Which, I get... It's annoying as hell, but I think it might be an uphill battle depending on who you're talking to. Because I feel like if someone has thought about this, they either care very deeply about the way they care about it, or it's like a boomer that is like, this is the way that it has always been, and this is the way that it will be. Where it's like, okay.
Like, it reminds me of one of my favorite parts of Waiting for Guffman, if I can just talk about my, the past amazing Catherine O'Hara, where she goes, Sheila Albertson, and he goes, Mrs. Ron Albertson. Like, and that, it's such a like subtle little thing that you get between that couple of him being like, she's mine or whatever.
Right.
And that is funny in that movie.
Yes.
But you're right. Like, it's like Mrs. John Spaghetti or Mr. and Mrs. John Spaghetti. It's like, we're from the estate of John Spaghetti. You're completely right to think that is erasing you and turning you into the literal just addition to a man.
Especially on top of the fact that right now we're watching, I don't know if you're in this country, but just watching the fact that like the laws changing of if you've changed your last name and whether or not you're going to be eligible to vote, which is fun. This is a new fun thing that they're throwing in there. So also, we're all angry. Yeah, we're all fucking angry about a lot of this stuff. So if this is where you're going to champion it, go off. Right. Bring it up every time you see it to make other people aware.
See, weirdly, I do have somebody in here that I put the blank/blank family that don't have kids, but I put them in there as a family.
Really?
So I'm doing it for some people, but for you and Jeff, maybe it's because...
We're such dinks. We're like definite
we like
dinks.
Know you as two. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Sometimes and it didn't. Would you prefer that you be the Adam Zabrowski family,
Doesn't matter
or would you prefer to be your first two names?
I just like being included.
Just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be here, guys.
It's funny, I did that in some places, but like I have other places where I have just half the time it's like I forget their kids' names, so I just go the so.
That's why I say the family. I just throw the family in, and I you know, so.
Oh, but like I have one woman here, and she had a kid on her own, and I put her and her son and their last name. I go, so it's like I'm all over the place with this, but I'm never using a Mr. or Mrs.
No, and I think that we can all just we can get rid of it.
Yeah,
I think that
because
this is where it starts. Tia.
You know what is weird too is that at my kids' school they call all the kids call all the teachers Ms. Even if it's their last name. It's like Ms. Zabrowski, Ms.
Okay.
You and I are supposed to be Ms. I believe Ms. is a name of somebody who is married but didn't take a last name.
Ms.?
Yeah, MS.
MS as opposed to MISS.
MISS is an unmarried person.
Yes.
And then I'm always like, but no, you should be saying Mrs. Like one of my kids is married and she has her husband's last name and I'm like, she should be Mrs. P or whatever, right? And I think I'm always like, why don't we just get rid of all this? I hate all of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How about we get rid of all of it?
Yeah.
It is
because people will call me Mrs. Logan or whatever, and I'm like, that doesn't really like. I don't go crazy. I don't freak the fuck out because I didn't take his last name.
My main issue is that I was raised to say sir and ma'am, and it is difficult because we haven't as a society come up with the proper. It's like we need one word for it. It just needs to be.
Yeah.
We have one respectful word for every person.
My liege.
You know, it is. It's like I feel like can we just have one and make it not gender? Can we come up with one as a society?
Yeah, because I don't. I still call my mom's friends Mr. and Mrs. though when I'm addressing them in person because I feel like I was supposed to do that respectfully.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're all like, "You're really old now. You can call us by our first name."
No, it's sad. In fact, how pathetically they look at you when you call them Mrs. They're like, I'm not that old.
They're like, we're peers now.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
Like, I don't think we're peers here, but yeah, sorry not to be all over the place with this spaghetti talk. It's just I didn't even realize that I'm annoyed by this until we're talking about it. So I'm glad that it was brought up.
Yeah, I feel like I got to change some of these to family now and just be like, anybody that's a unit is a family.
Be the change you want to see.
The spaghetti family. Thank you so much. This was fun. I love the spaghetti family. Okay. I'm going to play our next call.
Thank you for calling. Who's the bitch? Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Okay. I just got very anxious because love you both. Longtime LPN fan. Kara, so happy you're part of the family. Jackie, everything you do is magic. Okay. I'm not going to wax poetic. I already talk a lot. So this is like kind of a low stakes work situation, but I would really like some insight. So
Got you.
I work for a community-based mental health facility. We help people who are uninsured and underinsured with mental health diagnoses and substance use disorder stuff. Love it.
Thank you.
So recently I went back to my old role, which was running a program that is based off of drug user health and education and overdose prevention. I'm totally outing myself to like anybody who listens to this pod that works with me, but whatever.
Well, you're doing great work.
So with this came new funding. So I was able to move into my leadership role full time, and I have one employee.
Congrats.
She's great. I love her. I hired her during our last round of funding. No issues there. She's very sweet. We are both people in recovery, albeit in different forms of recovery. She is an abstinence-based. I am I like my weed and wine and nothing else. Based recovery, but it's cool. So here's the thing. I worked really hard to get here. I had a pretty big fall from grace following an abusive relationship and had to really rebuild and whatever. All this stuff happened. So the organization that I work with, this is the first time they've had a program like this. I helped get the grant. I helped inform the program. I'm doing everything. I'm happy.
Wow.
Here's where I need to know if I'm the bitch. So with this is all great, but with this, I get my own office, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but all of my leadership roles have always been from home.
Huge deal.
So I've never had like an office to decorate that's just mine and show up to. And my employee really thinks that she's going to just have a desk and share this office with me. Like, she keeps commenting on it because right now it's getting cleaned out and whatever. And she just keeps saying, I'm so happy I have 2 offices now because she shares an office with somebody else currently. And like, I don't know how to tell her that she doesn't have 2 offices. Like in my head, this is my office.
Yeah.
Like, this is my space. I do a lot of engagement for my job. I build a lot of community partnerships. I speak at a lot of things. I need a place to come work and decompress. And like, I'm going to get some fish and some plants, and I have it all in my head. In my head, there's not a second desk with somebody else just sitting there talking to me. But I don't want to hurt her feelings because I love her. And I don't technically have a reason to tell her she can't be in here. So am I the bitch for just like wanting my own space? Or is being an extroverted introvert the bitch? Or I don't think she's the bitch for thinking we're going to share an office. She's an amazing employee and we get along really well, so it makes sense. But like, I just really want my own office. Like, am I being the bitch? I'm probably being the bitch. But because I don't know how to tell her no, so I'm not going to. But I also don't want to like start resenting her because I'm like, oh, why are you in my office every morning? You know what I mean? Like, I could have addressed it and could have been like, nope, this is my space. But then I feel rude. I feel like the bitch. Am I the bitch for wanting to do that? And just be like, no, this is you can come say hi. You can maybe hang out in this cute little sofa I got, but no, you were not staying here. Like, you know what I mean? So, oh my God, am I the bitch? Does this make any sense? Please help.
Makes
Love
sense.
you both. Bye.
Love you too. You're not the bitch.
No, you're not being the bitch. Come
grant
on.
for the program. You're not being the bitch. This is your first office. You're not being the bitch. You've worked so hard for this. You're not being the bitch.
I think it's just an unconventional like relationship because you guys have worked together and you get along really well. And she's just like, oh, we're moving on up. And like, this is our new office space.
Yes.
Is there a space like outside of it for her to be? I think like it's totally easy for you to just be like, hey, I've been thinking about this and I think I really need to have the office to myself. There's a lot of times where I'm practicing speaking engagements where I'm going to be like talking to myself and doing a lot of stuff like that. I also just think that from an optics point of view, when people come to have meetings with me, I look more
not professional.
I look more professional,
right,
having my own space, and like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And like really,
you got a big girl office because you deserve it, because you worked hard for it, and not that your employee is not working hard. It's not that she's not. It seems like you guys are getting along great. This is nothing really about that person. This is about you. This is about you taking what you've worked for and not feeling like a bitch because you deserve this.
Yeah, for real.
And it would be one thing if there was plenty of space and you're like, I'm just doing this because I don't want it and because I'm being the big dog. No, you need the space. You even said the other person's got a space somewhere else. I'm sorry that they are also sharing that space with another person, but they already have a space.
Yeah, and I think you should be like, I have big plans for this place. Like, I really want it to grow. Like, hopefully we'll be able to move into like, and who knows? I mean, I know you're saying it's like community-based and maybe this is impossible, but like, I'd love it to eventually we move into a space where you get
where
your
we
own
both
space.
have it.
And like, if we keep working together for a long time and, like, just, I don't think this is that big of a thing. I understand. Like, I feel like you really don't want to hurt her feelings, but it's not about her feelings. It's like a professional thing.
It is.
I think you're like, I've been thinking about it, and I feel like this is just going to be my space, and we can have meetings in here sometimes, but like I'll just be working in this space primarily. So if I were you, I'm a little bit confused of like, is the space she's in nearby, or does she just rent a space with someone else nearby or something, or could she be working from home? Like where does she work if not in an office with you? Like that's where I'm confused. So,
but even then. That's not on you.
Right.
That's the way.
I don't know if they have business that they need to do together and it's somewhere else in the building, but like.
It's just at some point, I feel like it's in the same way where at some point a light flip switches in your brain where you're like, I don't want to ask anybody for help. I don't want to put things on anybody. I don't want to. And then you realize some point that, it's professional to delegate. It's not that it makes me weak. It's not that it's like, I want what I want and that you're just putting your foot down. It's like, no, there is a level of you need to now level up. This is your level up. And part of that level up is what you have worked for. And while it will be uncomfortable to talk to your employee about this, you have to do this for you.
I wonder why
for
she
your own
got the
career.
idea that she would be sharing the office with you.
And also, it's like, I get it as somebody that works with a lot of my friends, works very close with a lot of people in varying ways, and I immediately oftentimes become friends with them. And so it's like you lose a lot of the professional aspect because it's like, oh, we're friends. But the reason why it works for all of us is because we have boundaries and because we all respect how hard each other works in their playing field.
Yeah.
And this is also a part of like, which I imagine your employee respects you. And I think it is going to them to say, hopefully, I would love to work towards getting you your own space so that we can be working together and we both have our own space. But for right now, I need this space so that I can continue to grow this facility. What you do is very important.
Yeah.
This is not work that lots of other people are out there champing at the bit to do because it's very difficult and it is an uphill battle. You need this space to be able to do what you do.
Yeah, I would just make like a little list of like the things like I need to be working on my speeches. I need to be having meetings with other people in here. Like just a couple things just to be like, and these are just some of the reasons. And like, and also as the head of the program, like I feel like I need to project a professionalism of having my own space. And but you know, we're going to keep working and hopefully we're going to get you a space soon and let me know where you'll be working.
And it doesn't mean the employee won't get a space maybe sometime soon in the future, but you got to go get that money to make sure that can happen.
Get that money.
Got to get that money.
Get that funding.
I mean,
thank you for what you do. I mean, God, what an angel.
Because I also do wonder, you said that you both have, it seems, confided and at least opened up to each other about your own recoveries and your own past. So I do wonder if it makes your employee feel, oh, we're just friends. You know, it's like we're on the same level.
Yeah.
But you're not. And that's not being bitchy. That's just saying the truth.
Yeah.
And it is knowing your worth and knowing that it's not bitchy to go take that office.
You ain't
for
no
yourself.
bitch.
It is. That office was given to you. You take it as such. You put your name on the outside of that door.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Let her know before she like
buys a
pulls
desk
out of whatever this other like office situation is that she's in. Because I was unclear about like whether she's like at a WeWork or I don't know what she's doing.
It will be bitchy if you don't do anything about this and you just let it happen. That is when it becomes bitchy, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, Jackie, will you read this next email submission?
Yeah. Hey, Jackie and Kara. I'm somewhat of a new fan of you guys, but your Bros Pod last podcast is what made me tune in. Welcome.
Welcome to the Bitch Fest.
I listened to an episode with Jackie and she sounded like my kind of gal and was very impressed / pleased with both of you. And you guys have quickly become my new excited thing to look forward to in the week. Thank you so much. So thanks very much for that. This is a very low stakes, would I be the bitch, but I felt like you ladies would be able to give me solid advice about something I've been chewing on. My cousin passed away suddenly last year, and I've been having quite a time with it. From my psychotic aunt to not having a lot of other family to speak about anything with. When she passed, I was in contact with a few of her friends. I had known about the one in particular before, and she seemed nice, good to her. My cousin was the biggest Ariana Grande fan. While she didn't have any tattoos, I have always felt very close to the idea of memorial tattoos. I've been planning one for my mother for a while, but I can never choose for sure which idea would be perfect. I have a lot of feelings surrounding that one, so I feel a lot to maybe live up to or impress her in some way, you know? I want something I can see her enjoying that I got for her. Her friend got a tattoo a few months ago memorializing my cousin. We are mutuals on FB and Insta. It was the same tattoo I've been imagining getting for her, so I thought it was a funny coincidence. It's definitely not a super unheard of tattoo at all, especially if you're a Grande fan. My question I'd love your advice on is, would I potentially be the bitch if I got the same words for my cousin tattooed? I don't know when I'll be able to get it done. Should I just mention it to her? I know I'm overthinking this, but I just don't know her and would hate for her to be upset or think I'm weird or something. Again, thank you ladies so much and wish you all the best. S.
I love this podcast because people are like, this is low stakes, but my cousin died.
I know.
Like, I think
so
it's pretty
sorry.
high stakes.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
With what you're going through. And this is because also it's not even that it's low stakes, it's that this is a high pressure and feelings
this
situation.
is like something, I'd say it's pretty high stakes, but you're going to put on your body forever to memorialize somebody that is gone that you really cared about. I think, Jackie, I really wanted your opinion first. As somebody, I have not a tattoo on my body.
Covered in them. And I love being covered in them. And I think that this is a very understandable question from someone that you even said your cousin didn't have any tattoos. And the way in which you're talking about tattoos, it seems like you might not be fully, like you're not covered in tattoos either. I feel that when talking to a person, I'm the kind of person that will get flash and just choose something like even this piece that's very visible on me. People are like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Like I was a meteorology major and I really like weather and I saw it and I got it. And so, but that breaks some people that they're just like, but it's on your body forever.
Yeah.
You're right. There's so much body. There's so much space. There's so many things you can put on your body that you're inevitably going to get something that somebody else has.
Yeah.
That's just life. Even if you're getting flash, somebody else has this tattoo somewhere.
But I could see how this is like a person you knew about at first. You don't want them to think you're like a copycat.
You're so right. Except for the fact that you said that this is like a big idea of if you're an Ariana Grande fan, that you would also maybe have this tattoo idea. That's where, like, if it was something that was special that the other friend happened to get, and that was like, well, then I would definitely talk.
Thank you next.
You know what I mean?
Would be bad.
You know, I feel like this is a different situation. That this means a lot to you and it meant a lot to your cousin. This has nothing to do with a friend. If you're thinking about getting a full face tattoo with the words on it, where it's going to be something that's a big topic of conversation, if you want to talk to this person about it and you feel that it would make you more comfortable, also in all of this, if you feel it would make you more comfortable to talk to them to let them know that this is your idea, do it. Definitely do it. Make yourself feel better about this. I just feel like people really underestimate when you don't have many tattoos and you're choosing different ones that there's so much space on your body and that, and when people get upset that it's like, it all has to mean something. It all has to be. And if this is something that you just can't let go, that like it really is nagging at you, then definitely don't do it. Because you can find another Ariana Grande tattoo.
No, I think they're going to do it. I think that S is going to do it. I think it's like, this is like the little part that's confusing me a little bit because you say we are mutuals on FB and Insta. To me, mutuals is like, you're not friends on those things. You had the cousin in common.
Right.
So I guess I'm wondering like, if you got it, when would this person ever see or find out?
Unless you're going to post it.
If you're going to post it, but are you friends on those things? Because here you say you're mutuals. You don't say you're following each other.
Right.
If you're following each other and you're going to post it and you're like, oh, she's going to see it, then I don't see anything wrong with like shooting her a quick DM and being like, hey, I hope you've been doing well. I just wanted to let you know that I've been trying to get an Ariana-inspired tattoo for a long time in memory of so-and-so.
Yes.
I was already thinking of doing the words that you got, so I'm going to do the same phrase. It's obviously going to look different, right? The lettering is going to be different. Like, so I just wanted to let you know in case you saw on my account, like you saw me do it, like didn't want you to think I was like totally copying you. I just think it's kind of perfect and I can't think of anything better to do to memorialize my cousin. Perfect, done. And if they say anything like actually, then that person can just be blocked and out of your life forever because that's like so crazy.
Because
it's not a lyric that you wrote. It's a lyric that a famous person has put out there and it reminds you of your cousin and you have just as much right to put it on your body as her and it's going to look different.
It's going to be completely different.
I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. I think it's, like Jackie said, totally up to your comfortability level.
Yes.
If you think, I'm never going to see this girl again, here I go. Or, no, we run into each other. We kind of have a couple mutuals. We see each other at parties or whatever. So but I don't think you really knew her very well, this friend. you were in contact with her, with a few of her friends, you said, but if you're not.
Then my answer would be very different if you guys were like best friends. You know, it's like, then it is definitely a conversation. Then it's definitely, I just feel like this isn't the person that's, and the sentiment is still there from both of you. You know, it's still a beautiful memorial tattoo.
Or get it and send her a picture of it and go,
after you've done it.
Hey, I got this. I know you got the same words. Mine looks different, but like I just think it's like a nice way that we're both memorializing her. I hope you've been doing well.
But I do love talking about it. It's so fascinating, the culture behind tattoos.
Yeah.
And it is very different for every person. Like, and there are some people that would never put something on their body unless there was like a definite deep significance. Completely understandable. It's your body.
Yeah.
You know, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. So it's interesting because the world of tattoo culture, there are so many lines and boundaries and societal rules about it, but it's also kind of all going out the window, isn't it? You know?
Maybe I'll get a matching tattoo with Rosie one day.
My mom and I have a matching tattoo.
Yeah.
And when I first got a tattoo, my mom called me a slut. And said that she said only slutty women have tattoos. This was
you want to
obviously
talk about the different chapters in tattoo culture.
But this was over 20 years ago. But then cut to like 3 years later when my mom and I were getting a tattoo. Now my mom has a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah.
So
well, I heard it's addictive once you start.
I mean, look at how many dragons are on my legs, and I'm not even done yet. This is just I only have 6 dragons. I need 13.
Why do you need 13
dragons? It's for the 13 from It's from Throne of Glass, but we're not going to be talking about Throne of Glass right now.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the cool, badass, like iron-toothed witches that ride on the backs of dragons. That this is in the middle of this battle scene that's going on my legs. That I didn't know that I was going to have a full leg scene of dragons, but you know they keep popping out, and it is kind of fun. Every time I come home, my husband's like, "How many more dragons are you getting?" And I said, 7 more, bitch.
7 more dragons.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do 9 on one leg because it is. I was talking to a tattooer, a Japanese artist that was talking about he has 9 dragons on his body because it's an old. I believe it was like a. Actually, in Chinese culture, you would not have 9 dragons on your body because it's like there's a whole folklore of the 9 dragons that protected the emperor. And so to have 9 dragons on your body, which is what this person was signifying, is that he himself is the emperor. And the dragons are there to protect. But it's actually, you're not an emperor.
You're not an emperor, dude.
But that's why I'm going to have 9 dragons on one leg because I'm kind of an emperor.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm giving emperor.
Yeah, it's giving emperor.
Thank you, but also thank you for just giving me an opportunity to talk about tattoos because I really do enjoy talking about it and I enjoy the process of getting them.
And let us know what you do and send us a pic of the tattoo if you feel comfortable.
Please send us a pic of the tattoo because I'm so curious.
I'm so curious what the
tattoo is.
Yeah.
What is the tattoo is?
Yes. And thank you so much for writing in. And we're sorry about your cousin.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay. One last thing. So this person wrote this in as a bitchlet, but just because it's short doesn't mean that it's something we can do as a bitchlet because bitchlets we have to be able to answer in like a minute. And this felt a little bit more deep.
But also, thanks for looking out and thanks for thinking of it.
Yes. This is from Instagram. Somebody wrote us saying, "Hi, ladies. My best friend has always hated my boyfriends all my life. Even the nice guys where I'm the one drama. This last breakup has been hard on me. He broke up with me because technically I was the bitch and he was correct.
That's okay. We've all been there.
But I've been working on myself and wanting to do better by him if he wants me back. My best friend, the ride or die that she is, has always been on my side to a fault. She said if I go back to him, she doesn't know if she can keep being friends with me because she views him as someone who broke my heart. Mind you, we've been friends for almost 25 years. Am I the bitch to tell her to back the fuck off even though she has my best interests at heart? How do I even tell her that? I'm so passive introvert and she is the exact opposite." So this is so interesting to me because we get dozens and dozens and dozens of submissions since we started this podcast of people that are like, who have been the point of view of your friend. The person that's been like, I've been with my friend so-and-so for so many years and she just keeps going out with jerks and I stand by her all the time. But this last guy, that's it. I can't take it anymore.
Can't take it anymore.
And blah, blah, blah. And they want to walk away because the friend is just like, keeps making what they consider to be bad decisions. And I thought this was interesting because it's from the point of view of the friend.
The other friend.
Who's saying that this friend is, possibly giving them an ultimatum. Like, I don't know if I can be friends with you anymore if you get back together with this guy. And we don't know if you're getting back together with this guy.
I want to know, I mean, I know there's probably a reason why you didn't tell us, but why you were the bitch in the breakup, why you feel that he was correct and that you were the bitch.
Yeah.
How did you talk about this with your friend? What side of it did your friend hear?
Yeah.
And where is the miscommunication of what happened between you and your ex and what is going on right now? Now, I get it. I have many introverted friends that I've been the bulldog for many times in my life, sometimes regardless of whether they want me to or not, which is why I've tried to grown up past it so that I ask people before I go choose to be a bulldog for somebody. So I wonder, have you had the conversation with your friend yet? And I know that we make the joke over on page 7 where it's like the Janet. Like Holden always brought up that his mom, who's also very passive, very introverted, has a Janet who is like the big fun friend that like gets her out, gets her doing the fun, crazy things.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how like every mom's got to have a Janet, I'm oftentimes the Janet of a friend of like, I'm the one that's down to have fun. Let's go have a vibe. But again, I am want sometimes. I know, surprise. Why do you think we started an advice show? To look at them and be like, why are you making the same mistake over and over and over again? Why? And I, unfortunately, in my friend group, have found the niche of being the friend at times to be like, wake up. And I'm not talking about wake up San Francisco. I'm talking about waking the fuck up with their life choices. Sometimes somebody's gotta say something. Is this what is happening right now? Is that not the case of what happened with your breakup? What is your friend seeing? And before you say, and you're going to support me no matter what, I'd have to know, why does she feel this way?
Well, right, because you said she views this guy as the guy who broke your heart, but if you're the one being the bitch and you kind of caused the breakup, then how did this guy, quote unquote, break your heart in her eyes?
Right. I would have a sit down and be like, hey, girl. Like, let's have a Cynthia. Maybe it's an Ariana, give me that finger.
Give me that fingy.
Give me that fingy
touch that
moment.
Fingy. Touch that fingy.
Touch that fingy. Sometimes you just got to touch the fingy and have a connect with a bestie of 25 years.
Because you don't even know if this guy and you are getting back together, or do you? Like, I wish I had a little bit more context in this because you're like, I'm getting better. I'm working on myself just in case he wants to get back with me. I would never tell a friend to fuck off on the possibility that I'm getting back with somebody that's not even remotely tangible yet.
Unless I saw something in the relationship that the person who's trying to get back together with them and I'm not saying for the writer in that you're Delulu right now, but his friend seeing a Delulu. We don't know. And I'm not saying that is the case, but you're not going to know until you talk to your friend to find out, why does she specifically think that he broke your heart? And is that something that you said? And what happened? What happened? I need to know what happened.
Yeah. I think it's also completely fine for you to say to your friend, I don't think, again, like you would be the bitch to tell her to back the fuck off because even if she has your best interests at heart, like that would be a bitchy, aggressive thing to do.
Right.
That would be a little bit bitchy, a little bit aggressive. But I think that you could, like we're saying, get a little bit more info from her. And then like, if you start to think that you guys are hanging out again, you sit your friend down and go, listen, I know you were with me last time. I just want to let you know that I'm talking to Xavier again. I made up his name.
I like it.
I'm talking to him again.
It's a sexy name. Xavier. I always was attracted to the name Xavier. How did you know?
I don't know. It's one of the only names that begins with an X.
Yeah.
But like, and me and X are kind of just talking. And I But see, I want you to have this other conversation first because she thinks he broke your heart. So if he did have some like fault in the first part, be like, I'm willing to give him a second chance. And I just want you to trust me enough to support me in giving him a second chance.
And please don't kick me to the curb when
you've been my friends for 25 years. I need you. You need to be prepared that if this becomes something that is like, yes, then you break up, then you get back together, then you break up, then you get back together. Like a lot of friends are like, okay, I've given you a ton of advice. You've ignored all of it. And I'm just not going to sit here and go rah over your 10th reconciliation with a guy that I don't think is the right guy for you.
Right.
You know?
And I think definitely go talk to her. Definitely talk to her before you get back together with this guy.
Yeah.
I would just want to know, it's like.
I don't even know if it's happening, but I just want to let you know a little bit more about what happened with our breakup, because I feel like you're coming at this like you take my side on all things, which is awesome. But I did X, Y, and Z. Like I drove him away. I was not being honest, whatever. I don't know what these things are, but like, just so she has the full picture and be like, and I'm really working on myself. And if we were to get back together, I would really hope that you would trust me to give the relationship a second chance and that you would help me. But I'm not asking you to. We get all these people that are like talking about their best friends who keep going back to abusive guys.
Right.
And that's so tough. And it's like, but do I walk away when I know my friend needs the help? Or do I stay and watch them just make the same mistake and fall back into this quicksand over and over again?
Right.
And that's fucking tough.
It is.
But for your situation, it feels like this is a hypothetical reconciliation. We don't even know. But let's just like get the information straight with your friend and be like, because I want you to know, I so appreciate you riding and dying for me and always having my back. But I did make a bunch of mistakes in this relationship, and I have in many of my past relationships,
Yeah.
Obviously, you're always going to choose me, but like I'm getting self-reflective. Also, I don't know if it's 25 years of friendship because you met when you were 15, you guys are both 40 now, or you met like when you were 2 and you're both 27 now. A lot of growing up is realizing that you don't need to be best friends with your best friend's partner. I have so many friends where I'm obsessed with their partner, and I have so many friends where I'm like, okay, you're nice and you treat my person well. I don't think we would ever have connected or been anything in real life outside of my friend, your partner. But I don't hate you because
I think a lot of us have friends like that, which is also, but you need to figure this out with a friend first.
Yeah. In my early 20s, I would be like, oh, what a loser. I would just be like, I'm supposed to like you. We're all supposed to know this is the guy because this is the guy or the girl that we're all just going to be in love with. I've had people where I'm like, oh no, I loved that boyfriend. He seemed great. But then I didn't know what was really going
other
on.
Stuff.
And they just weren't a fit,
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I don't know the ages here, but it's definitely part of maturing is being like, you can still be someone's ride or die and not be like obsessed with their partner. And you don't have to hate every partner that you don't feel like is the perfect
one. Like, unless they're a bad person, then try to get them to kick them to the curb. But other than that, let us know how this circle back goes, because I want to know more information.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. And feels like you're kind of like on the precipice of reaching out to the Xavier and trying to rekindle.
Yes.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Well, that's our show for today, guys. Thank you, everybody who wrote in and submitted. We appreciate you guys so much. Everybody who opens their heart to us and tells us everything. And you can open your heart to us and spill your bitchuation at www.who'sthebitch.com. You can also follow us at Who's the Bitch LPN. And that's our Instagram where you can catch Jackie's sick memes.
When you were in Italy, did you ever get the shirt that says Italian girls do it better? I always wanted.
Guess what? They don't really sell that in Italy.
Do they not have that in Italy?
That seems like something that they
that
sell
Madonna wears
in New Orleans.
I think that's pure Italia.
Yeah.
No, I just remember Madonna had on a shirt that said Italian girls do it better.
Then maybe if it's like an iconic Madonna shirt, maybe they do sell it in Italy. But
I think about it all the time. And I remember my sister had one in like the late 80s, early 90s. There was a bunch of Italian girls do it better shirts. And no, I don't think that they're going to be selling that in Roma.
I mean, you never know. You know what my friends always want when they come over here? They want like NYPD shit. My Italian friends, so weird. Oh yeah, you can get a bunch of Italian girls do it better stuff on the old internet.
See, guys, that's where the internet is great, but that is where it begins and that is where it ends. Unless you are trying to get us at who'sthebitch.com, because that's also where it begins and where it ends, where it's all good, because you can hit us up. And you should. And we will be excited to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for checking out our fully video episodes over on the YouTube. Don't forget, maybe you're watching it, my arms in the air and I'm waving around like I just don't care. But I do care. And you should come hang out with us over on the YouTube if you're only listening to us audibly.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
Audibly?
Throw on a video and just leave your house. I don't know. Let your dog and cat listen to us. Oh my God, now I'm on a freaking website called P.S. I Love Italy, and all these shirts are hilarious and
gotta
so
get
crazy.
Out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
We gotta be the macaroni rascals.
Well, they're trying to do crossover Italian St. Patrick's Day shirts. So they say like this Italian like shenanigans or lucky paisan with us.
What? Wait a second. No, that's the Irish's day. Like you can't. No, why are they trying to take that? You can't take that.
Crossover day.
No, just go celebrate the Madonna somewhere. And not Madonna, just
what
the
days
Madonna.
do Italians get? National Pizza Day.
Oh God! I feel like any day where there's guilt involved, I imagine, is a big Italian holiday. But maybe that's just the Queen's Italian in me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week. Bye. Everybody.